Today, I've bought something I never really thought I would own. A 2002 Smart 42. This is going to be the start of my trading up challenge. This amazing piece of Mercedes-Benz, really, machinery, was £500, pulled off someone's driveway. It was in quite a state, as you'll see in a moment, but it's cleaned up quite well, and the hope is to sell this for a good chunk more than I'm in it for, and then we'll get something bigger and better, and bigger and better, and bigger and better, and keep going, and see what we can end up with. Maybe I will end up with nothing left of my £500. Maybe we'll end up with a Ferrari. Who knows?
And so we go back to that fateful day when I brought the Smart home. The seller was lovely, just hadn't used the car for the last 6 months or so. It basically hadn't moved since its last MOT. It had clearly been sat outside, and there were quite a few bits of leaves and cobwebs and things all through it, but we drove it. It seemed okay. I handed over £500, and here we are.
Yeah, I think the first thing we got to do is get this thing home and give it a hell of a wash, because the inside's not terrible, but oh my god, there's a lot of bits of leaves, got the wipers there, bits of tree, all manner of stuff all over this car.
The headlights were spectacularly faded, but I was really quite looking forward to polishing them up. And there were a few hefty scrapes on the lower bumper, which was not really very well fastened and definitely causing a rattle, so another thing to look at.
I've got quite a spongy brake pedal, so my first press goes a long way, but if I press it twice, it's a bit firmer, so it feels to me like it needs the brakes bled. The horn is a mystery black button here, which I pushed once, not knowing what it was, so that was good. Cigarette lighter socket, as usual. I've got my little phone mount there, so I know where I'm going. Electric windows, which do work. Look at that. Try the passenger side. Ah, beautiful. Those work great. And do they go up again? Yeah, all the way. Didn't get stuck this time. See about the drivers. Oh no. Oh, the driver's side light does get stuck. We'll have to give that a hand, I think. Oh. Yeah, seems to be coming out of its runners a little bit. We'll help it up. There we go. And closed. Got your standard controls here, so hazards, lock the doors, heater blower, where it's blowing, how hot it's blowing. It's all there, even though it's tiny. Rev counter, which doesn't work, clock, which does. There's an aftermarket stereo, which does appear to work, and I just discovered there's an aux lead. Gonna have to test that out. 66,000 miles on the clock, speedo that goes up to 80, which is all it'll do apparently. I've yet to find the adjuster for this mirror. That one over there is manual, and there's a nice lever, and I can adjust that. This one, not a clue. I suppose I'll find it at some point. Electric windows, which appear to work, albeit not spectacularly well. A lovely retro fold-out ashtray, which, even more crazily, appears to be adjustable in height. You pull this out, and then there's a bunch of other holes, which, through some means which I've not yet worked out, I assume you can actually change where it sits, if you so like to. There is, in other oddities, there is a secret tray under the driver's seat where you can put the key in, turn it, and a secret tray. Unfortunately, there was no lovely money or anything in there when I bought it. It was how it was. I've got some floor mats which don't really fit. A lot of dirt in the footwell, but that's fine. That keeps the prices low. There's a nice little light there to show you your lights are on, although your light on the interior is just this one at the back. Seats are grubby, but not terrible. They feel okay. There's still some bolstering. The material's starting to go, but not terrible. There's a leaf there, we'll have that out. Underneath, you're kind of getting the first look with me. It's not too bad. There's some corrosion, but the sills are okay. The rear subframe looks okay. The engine is there. That's it. It's got this crazy kind of swinging engine axle setup, which I really don't understand. So that's one for me to learn about. Nice under trays around the front, and otherwise, it's all in pretty good order. It's got some pretty much brand spanking new Leao Nova Force HP tyres, which I don't know much about, but they're pretty new, 2023 date coded, and I think somewhere around them there was the wet grip, traction A, so they can't be too bad, although I really haven't heard of them. There is a spectacular amount of mud in the wheel arches. Looks like it's been used as a farm truck, so we just, oh, there we go. Getting some weight reduction already, ready to race it. There is serious build up in there. The pressure washer is going to have some fun all around the shock absorber as well. Oh, there's some more. So yeah, there's some weight to be saved off the little machine there.
But the real magic of this car? Well, that's in the boot. Yes, that's a dusty, crusty 0.6 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged engine. What an absolute beast.
Always good when the car is missing fasteners already, but that's probably some of the knocking noise I've been hearing. Some little pockets for your fluids, some missing tray from somewhere else, blacked out rear windows that have been sprayed, interestingly. I don't really know why that is. Headlighting's okay. Oh, I've seen where that mystery tray has come from. It's the back of the seat. The driver's seat has one of these to let the seat breathe, something like that. I tried.
And with that, it was time to get home.
So you can actually fit a decent amount in there. Lots of room there, lots of room behind the driver's seat because I like to be close to the wheel, and quite a lot of space up here, so not that bad.
It was so satisfying to take a pressure washer to this car. It wasn't the kind of covered in mud satisfying where you can take stripes off, but the sheer amount of stuff in all of the little nooks and crannies to come out, and all this time I spent in that wheel arch getting all the mud out, really made quite a lot of difference, even when I was still just on the water. The ever satisfying snow foam was up next, before a good scrub, wheel cleaner and fallout remover. I forgot to film the clay barring and polishing that came afterwards, but next up was the interior. A lot of hoovering, some enjoyment with the carpet cleaner, and some horrible things that came out of the seats in the end. But it was so worth it. The car transformed with all of that work. Suddenly it wasn't the ugly duckling pulled off a driveway. It really was a genuinely good looking car. All of the black parts were like mirrors. There were still a few scrapes and things, but overall, wow, what a transformation. So, it's time to add up the money. £500 may have bought me the car, but it did not get it home and road legal and me able to drive and use it. So there's a few things we have to add in. Tax on the ever economical Smart was only £35. Insurance, which was a whole year so I can keep swapping this policy, was £336 and 53p. So all in, that got me to £872 and 53p to have a road legal, super economical car that I was driving around in, which isn't too bad, though does really make it that this is more of a £1,000 challenge, because that's closer to what you need to be at to be driving the car. And for now, that is where we will leave it. Tune back in for the next episode to see a bit more of a driving review of the Smart, a bit of performance testing, and then where it ended up and how much money we did get for it in the end.